If you've been following the channel for some time now, you'll know that we love using the iPad Pro as a bit of a productive device, and we've tried out all sorts of different accessories. And in this video, we're going to talk about some of those top accessories that we would recommend without breaking the bank. Now, we will go first off with an honorable mention for the Apple MagEZ Keyboard and also the Apple Pencil. If you are able to stretch your budget, these two devices are really, really good, and they pair up with the iPad, obviously, pretty much as you'd expect it with being an Apple product. The Pencil is absolutely fantastic for note-taking, and I absolutely adore it. And the MagEZ Keyboard, if you can swallow that a relatively high price tag, is one of the best keyboard attachments you can get for the iPad. However, today we're going to be talking about some more budget-friendly things. So let's get on with it and talk about some of the best things that we recommend for the iPad Pro. So first up, I'm going to talk about the MX Master 3 for Mac. Now, this is more of a device that you probably want to pick up if you're also using an Apple MacBook or something like a Mac as well. One of the benefits of this device is it pairs up with the iPad, it pairs up with your Mac, it also works with Windows devices as well. But there's a little nifty button on the bottom here that literally you press it and it'll switch between those different devices, and you can have up to 3 different devices paired at any one time. You've also got this side scroll wheel as well, so that way if you want to navigate through different pages in your timeline and stuff like that, it is really, really good for that. And you can map all your different buttons for different things. So if you have your iPad Pro docked somewhere and you're using a keyboard and you want a decent mouse, this one is really, really good. You can often pick it up on sale as well, so it normally retails for $99.99, but it often goes on sale for between $69.99 and $79.99. So if you can get this at a sale, it's absolutely well and truly worth the price. Our next recommendation is for everybody who's out and on the go. Obviously, getting something like a mouse is a little bit bulky when you start to pair it up with a keyboard as well. And if you don't want to stretch your budget too far and pick up something like the Apple MagEZ mouse, you can get something like this, which is the MOFT foldable keyboard. Obviously, as you've seen there, it literally folds up into this nice little compact thing and it slots into a different bag. It's a really nice kind of metal finish. And one of the great things about this, obviously apart from it being compact, is you also have the trackpad on it as well. So you pair this up using Bluetooth, you then have your keyboard, you have your trackpad as well, and you can do all your different bits on the iPad, which is absolutely fantastic. Great thing is, like the MX Master 3, you have 3 different pairing options. So if you do want to use it with a Mac or a MacBook or any other Bluetooth device, you literally just push and hold those buttons and it can switch between them. So it's a really, really nice keyboard to use. It's not quite as comfortable as using something like the Apple MagEZ Keyboard or maybe a larger keyboard, but it's decently spaced and it's got good key travel. So again, for you mobile workers, this thing could be absolutely well and truly worth investing in. The next accessory I'm going to talk about is one that's featured quite a few times, and that is the Brydge Keyboard. Now, these come in a whole different range of designs, and this one, for example, will clip onto your iPad and it turns it into like a little mini MacBook. They retail anywhere from about £100 through to £250, depending on which version you get. This one that we've been using is literally just the keyboard and it doesn't have a trackpad. However, they do a Brydge Pro Plus, I think it's called, and it has an absolutely massive, like a MacBook sized trackpad on it, and it looks fantastic to use. The keyboard on these is absolutely gorgeous. If you've used anything that was pre-butterfly keyboards on the old MacBook, it feels almost identical to that. Really good key travel and depth, and an absolute blast to use. Some fantastic key spacing, and the whole thing is just really rigid. And when your iPad is in here, it's just an absolute blast to use, and yeah, well and truly recommend Brydge Keyboards. And this one is less for you mobile workers, although you could probably sling this in a bag if you wanted to. But if you are using an iPad in the office, for example, if you want it as a second monitor to use with your MacBook and sidecar, or if you just want to watch something like YouTube videos or just have other documents open up on here. And that is the MagEZ case and stand. The great thing about this is it magnetizes onto the back here. And then you can also rotate it, swap all your different angles and everything, and it's a really, really sturdy device. This bottom part here is also a wireless charger, so if you have an iPhone or anything else that drops onto here, you can basically wireless charge it as well, which is a really nifty little feature. Keeps everything really neat, so if you were using this and then something like a Brydge keyboard or the MOFT keyboard or a mouse or whatever, you could have a really nice, small and relatively portable setup as well that you could take with you on the go or just move around the office if you wanted to. So that is the Pitaka MagEZ Stand, and also you can get this case as well which will magnetize it on here. So it is a little bit more pricey, but it feels really, really premium. We've got this solid metal sort of neck here, this lovely sort of like carbon fiber rubberized finish as well to keep your phone in place, and we have absolutely loved using this. And finally, an honorable mention for this. Now, this is the MOFT like 5-in-1 stand-up desk. Now this thing is just crazy, and it's fantastic for anybody who wants to be able to use a laptop or something like an iPad with like a stand-up desk. So instead of having to carry something relatively big or have an actual stand-up desk, you have this, and it has this like origami type finish. And then you can have things on there. So if I had a MacBook, for example, I can pop that on top here and then do my work stood up if I wanted to. One of the great things about this as well, apart from it just folding down so it's really small and relatively lightweight, it also slots into different stages. So for example, if I wanted to use it as just a stand for my iPad, I can do that. I can slot that on there, and like the Pataka case, I could then pair up a Bluetooth mouse or a keyboard, and it has up to 5 different angles as well. So you can have it really low down, or you can have it relatively high up, and it's just a fantastic bit of kit. If you are somebody who does like to do a lot of stand-up work, then this could be worthwhile having a look at. It is, again, a bit more pricey compared to some stands that you can get. It's about £50. However, it is incredibly solid, and it has so much versatility that it's absolutely worthwhile picking out. So there's some of the accessories that you can get for the iPad Pro that will absolutely help you just to be a little bit more productive, give you that sort of like mobile office on the go that we would recommend. They're all been tried and tested, and we have used those for months and months on end. The Brydge Keyboard, for example, I've been using that now for a good 2 years, I think, since it very first came out, and I absolutely love it to this day. Obviously, you can spend a little bit more and get something like the Apple MagEZ Keyboard, and that thing is absolutely gorgeous. But for that same price, you can get some really good stands and other Bluetooth keyboards as well. Now, let us know in the comments, do you already own any of these? What sort of keyboards do you already have? Because there's some fantastic ones out there that we've not got around to trying yet. And is there anything that you want us to try out? We can maybe do an unboxing or a review of that in the future. Hope you've enjoyed that video, and if you have, hit the like and subscribe button. Come along for some more content in the future. In the meantime, stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Bye.